This is a content and social media marketing plan for the Australian Stockman's Hall of Fame, which will close as of the 15th of October to undergo a spectacular transformation. It's expected to reopen in April 2021 as a new, bold, immersive and interactive experience. My content mission statement for this project is clear-cut. I aim to promote the reopening of the Australian Stockman's Hall of Fame, build excitement about the new experiences, encourage social media audiences to include the Hall of Fame in their holiday planning, increase content sharing, engagement, and ultimately boost attendance. This plan will target holidaymakers, specifically grey nomads, estimated at over 2 million Australian retirees over 60 who travel in caravans and motorhomes across the continent. They are very internet savvy and very significant portion of the domestic travel market. The grey nomads' pain points are predominantly state border closures due to COVID-19, but also others like financial limitations affecting the viability of their next destination decision, such as the cost of petrol, tires, and insurance, and health limitations including vision or hearing loss and impaired mobility impacting on the ability to maneuver their vehicle or the attached caravan. I conducted a content audit that reveals the Australian Stockman's Hall of Fame current social media content seems to simply inform tourists on upcoming and current events and definitely needs some optimization. I also conducted a landscape analysis of other outback tourism attractions. The Qantas Founders Museum and the Australian Age of Dinosaur Museum seemed just as passive as the Hall of Fame, easily outdone by the cool appeal of the no-budget Mad Max Museum, whilst the Pro-Hard Art Gallery and Charleville Cosmos Centre are much more active, featuring contests, did you know, can you guess type social media posts, and sharing interesting articles from outside sources. So the first theme I would like to propose will therefore be the new immersive theatre that expands the traditional cinematic experience with a massive 80-degree, 21-meter by 3-meter tall screen. By using the entire 15-minute cinematic experience as the theme content, I will extract the hero content from it, a compelling, exciting, and original 90-second trailer that draws in our target audience by highlighting not just the entertainment value of the experience, but its cultural and historical significance. This will be distributed on standard 16:9 aspect ratio formats through Facebook Grey Nomad Caravan and Holiday groups, as well as LinkedIn travel professional groups and other video channels such as YouTube, with 30-second cut-downs reformatted on 1:1 aspect ratio for Instagram and perhaps Twitter. The trailer will then be supported by a 2-minute making of or behind the scenes promotional video as hygiene content. Because it will feature lots of talking heads, excited audience reactions, and commentary by the project's creative director, animators, producer, and cinematographer, perhaps this video can be configured on a vertical format, not just so it's easily uploaded and shared on smartphones, but because it will appear authentically created, leading to better engagement. I will also create a series of 10-second grabs, hub content, featuring some of the most interesting or exciting segments of the cinematic experience, filmed from the audience's point of view to illustrate a clear example of the immersive concept. These will be distributed on the same channels as the hero content, but accompanied by member-style copy. I'm also presenting here an SEO blog plan, for which I propose a series of newsjacking style blog posts informing a grey nomad target audience on Queensland border restrictions and possible reopening, whilst making a clear destination suggestion for holidaymakers and grey nomads by using fleshed out and justifiable testimonials that don't necessarily have to be true, but provide a clear and factual approach that is entertaining and playful. We will need to source real people amongst the Australian Stockman's Hall of Fame existing advocates that will provide pre-conceptualized testimonials in their own words. including grey nomads currently in and outside Queensland, as well as the Mayor of Longreach and the CEO. An effective URL could be stockmans-hall-of-fame.wordpress.com/grey-nomads-queensland-borders-reopen-destination. Some of the keywords in the first 150 words of content might be highly coveted and very competitive to rank for, but I believe grey nomads, Central West Queensland, cultural and historical value, and especially the Australian Stockman's Hall of Fame are niche enough. The meta description will be enter Queensland in accordance with the border restrictions direction, and amazing first of its kind immersive cinematic experience, plus the Australian Stockman's Hall of Fame. The posts will have a word count of between 2,100 to 2,400 words, with an informative and entertaining focus. The goal will be to keep readers informed on the possible date of Queensland borders reopening, whilst reaffirming the Australian Stockman's Hall of Fame as a fun and informative destination. Images on the blog will once again be of the audience enjoying the cinematic experience shot from their point of view and right amongst them to clearly illustrate the immersive concept. All the blogs will include resources like links to the Hall of Fame's cinematic experience booking page and Queensland Government Border Restrictions official page. The headline to the first blog post will be Grey Nomads keen for Queensland borders reopening to enjoy the ultimate fun and informative destination. I have also devised a social media content distribution plan, mostly on Facebook. The content type will be a social media free-to-play contest running while state borders are closed. Members can participate by simply interacting with the twice-weekly, visually captivating posts of destination suggestions that will be state-specific to address the pain point of border closures. The theme will be the spirit of the great Australian droving tradition still lives amongst its descendants, the grey nomads. Using external engagement community management techniques, I aim to create a community for the Australian Stockman's Hall of Fame by setting up a Facebook group called Safe Passage in the Time of COVID-19, a play on the title of the novel Love in the Time of Cholera, to foster a community of grey nomads and other holidaymakers, and to share news about state border closures and reopenings due to COVID-19. By doing some social listening on other Facebook groups like Planning a Lap of Australia, Motorhomes Australia, Family Travellers, and Caravan Motorhome Sales, I can invite new members and populate the group. Once we have achieved over 1,000 members, we will start the contest, sponsored by the Australian Stockman's Hall of Fame, in partnership with perhaps a motor insurer, a tyre manufacturer, and a petrol company, to address the pain point of financial limitations. To enter the contest, the group's members must post a selfie of themselves or their vehicles at those actual locations on a specially designed page in the Hall of Fame website and share their entry so friends can vote for their picture. When the Australian Stockman's Hall of Fame reopens in April, members who receive the most votes in each state will win prizes offered by the partners. The goals I aim for Google Analytics include: calculate and track the number of conversions from the contest special setup page to the rest of the Hall of Fame's website, and then identify the individual pages with the highest conversion rates so they can be shared and promoted. Real-time Google Analytics reports will help identify the traction and conversion rate from each individual post. Demographics and interest reports will identify age, gender, and interest categories. Behavior reports will identify which users are dropping out of the conversion process. This could be due to malfunction issues that can be then addressed